we are making this debate about the creation or not of a factory that will sell and market the water of our Patras-Greece streams. Let me please introduce the specific scenario first. Patras-Greece is a picturesque town of 20,000 inhabitants. It is beautifully located between a mountain and a valley. Streams of fresh water are found in the mountain, which supplies the town and ends in the valley. A water bottling company suggests to the mayor of the town that they should market their spring water and make profit out of it. More specifically, they suggested creating a factory in their area which will bottle and market Patras-Greece water. This way, the town will have an annual income. The mayor, in his attempt to make a final decision, called a debate of the local authorities. So a panel of two teams was created. The first team will support building the factory and the second will be against it. Each team consists of 4 members. More specifically, for the 4th team, there is the mayor of our town, the factory owner, the factory head scientist, and the representative of the commercial association. And for the against team, there is the leader of the opposition party, the environmental team's representative, a scientist, and the farmer's representative. First of all, let me tell you the rules one more time. This debate, as I already said again, consists of an affirmative and a negative thing. And the coordinator and the audience, which are you and you will be the judges. Each team side consists of 4 speakers, 1 from each country. The first affirmative speaker begins the debate. And is then followed by the first negative speaker. This pattern is maintained for the second, the third, and the 4th speaker of each team. The debate is going to start with the mayor. You will listen to the first and the mayor and the leader of the opposition party, and then you can shift to the side that convinces you the most. So we can begin with the mayor. Mr. Mayor, can you come?
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, for the 4th is the one. The factory owner, and the factory head scientist, and the representative of the commercial association. And for the against team, there is first of all the leader of the opposition party. The environmental team's representative, the scientist, and the farmer's representative. Thank you. So now we can begin with the debate, and I want all of you to be silent and listen carefully to the speakers. I think that the debate can start with Mr. Mayor.
Okay, so welcome to our debate, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Richard Trogish and I am the mayor of Patras-Greece. As you may already know, a bottling company suggested to build a factory in our town and to make profit out of our springs of fresh water. But before the final decision is set up, I thought that we should set up this debate to help the city council, which is divided into halves, those who want the company and those who do not want, and to help them to present their arguments and opinions about the suggestion. suggestion. In the end, there will be a public voting. So now I'm going to explain my point of view. Of course, the main argument is that the town will have an annual income. But let's have a closer look how we accomplish this economic boost. The privatization would lead to more breathing room for private enterprises and more competition on the market. Through this, cheaper and better products can be sold. So we see that's the first point in terms of the economy. If we choose the way of privatization, more intake, more growing, more occupation would be logical consequences, which create the economic boost. Furthermore, there would be more workplaces that could help to decrease the unemployment rate in our town. Another important point is that the privatization would make the whole system of water supply more efficient. As everyone knows, private companies always try to work as efficient as possible, and they want to be as profitable as possible. So the customers would receive their water in a more efficient manner. So summing up, it can be said that the privatization of water in our town would be a great economical success for our inhabitants.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Does the audience have any questions? Mr. Mayor. Do you have any questions?
I want to ask you, who will pay for who can reassure us that the private investor will bring the project to an end, and if you don't, who will do? What will you do?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
If the factory owner doesn't, if the factory owner breaks his promise, what will you do about that? And the factory will never make
Yes, of course. Yes, of course, there should be special laws that help, especially the customers, that they always get the quality and yes, the same price. But you must see that it's when there would be the water privatization, that's competition, and every company would every company would like to make to work as efficient as they want. So the price could also sink or fall. And when you have other questions, you can also ask.
Will the citizens have to pay about something?
Yes, of course, the citizens have to pay, but I think that's the problem because at the moment the citizens pay too.
Yes, but we ask them if they have enough money to go where you want to place it.
Yes, okay. our debate is mainly based on trust. So every citizen must be okay that the factory owner uses the water to make profit out of it, and only the factory owner pays also for the for the bad quality or for the high prices. So when there are any problems, the factory owner has to solve it. I only make the decisions whether we good factory owner.
Yes, I think you're right about the trust thing. Yep. But I have one question more to ask you about money that we have to pay. And what about the extra work such as the roads and the traffic lines that needs to be done so the factory begins its function and it works? Will you pay for this?
For the unemployment workers?
No, for the roads and the traffic jams that they're going to make in order.
Yes, in this point, our factory owner has some ideas how to make as I said, the whole system more efficient. So he also includes the way to work and the way back, and also the overall family supply. So our factory owner can say more about that, and he will present next ideas.
Okay, the year is now for now, and today we're messing down. We make a meeting with the leader of the opposition party.
No. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am the leader of the opposition party, and I really want to thank the mayor for calling this debate and giving us a chance to express our arguments against the factory building. To begin with my arguments, it is needed to point out that the privatization of the water composes a global problem nowadays. As far as our town is concerned, I strongly believe that we shouldn't encourage any item of water privatization in our area. As the leader of the opposition party, in our town, I have the obligation to express forward my beliefs that I share with many citizens. Water should not be an economic product. Water is a necessary good, and that is the reason why it should be made a public good. Building the factory in our town means handing over a part of our right that every citizen has to the free and clean water to a private market investor. We believe that the natural resources of our town should be exploited only by the town council with a view of the public interest. As far as the factory building is concerned, in our town means handing over. I would like to say that I am afraid that I will talk that the factory building will totally change the life of the city, because I am more certain that the function of the factory will push the current citizens towards leaving our town and choosing to live elsewhere. This would be another huge blow for our economy. Apart from that, the current residents of our town are concerned that the function of the factory will make the house prices very high. Furthermore, tourism is expected to be damped. To be honest, I myself don't really know if any tourist prefers to go sightseeing around the factory instead of visiting a valley or a forest or a river. It is more than obvious that the physical attention of the landscape will encourage tourists from visiting our area. Most of all, I am afraid that no one can be assured that this factory is not a step towards the privatization of the water. The example of London teaches us that after 13 years of water privatization, the water pipes are broken, so the water simply sweeps away and leaves many people without water. The consequence of this was the rise of high prices. What did this happen to us too? To sum up, the building of the factory will have many adverse effects, such as the traffic problem that we had that I talked earlier about the road and traffic jams, and the tourism that will be increased. Dear fellow citizens, we have to face the truth. The repercussions of the factory of the private investor will have on the living conditions, the economic stability of our country will be negative. It is our duty to preserve public and clean water, not only for the current, but for the future and present generations too. Thanks for your time.
Now, just 14,000 questions.
That's a big story.
First of all, you based your speech on how water is a public good that we can privatize it. I want to state though that this factory is only bottling water. It's not taking the water and providing it to your houses. So it's just like any other bottling company. We're not privatizing water as you have to pay the bill to me.
Yes, but who can reassure us for that? The mayor? The mayor can
I'm
reassure
saying the
us for that?
water factory, not the water provider.
Okay, but the mayor can say that.
That the factory is a bottling company.
Okay, but the mayor should make it clear so I can understand. Should I let it
Privatization of water means bottling the water, not privatizing water in general.
Okay, so I don't know.
Also, I think you're contradicting yourself a bit when you say that the people in our town believe when house prices rise. It just doesn't fit. House prices rise when people have to disagree.
Yes, I was a little bit confused. I want to say that the house, that the rising, that the prices will be lower because no one wants to live in the place of the factory because of the noise and many other problems.
But the factory is 2 kilometers away from town. The factory is 2 kilometers away from town.
Away from town?
Yeah.
No, and you calling me and saying that the factory will be in the town between a mountain and
The spring is not in the town.
Where is the
Also, you said tourists, we will have less tourists. You shouldn't leave it. The tourism rates will drop. Actually, I think the tourism will increase in our city because a factory is a place of food for a town.
Yeah.
We will have things. What will we do actually?
To see the bottom factory. Because then that you can see the factory about clothes, yes, I would say yes, maybe we will go and visit. But the bottom factory, really?
Yeah, but we can learn about how the work is working, how the procedures take place. No?
Well, they're
And you have to have tourist attraction, and the municipality can of course make money from it.
I can't understand now because you're talking too fast.
Yeah. Actually, the municipality could actually make money from it, from having the Patras-Greece attraction, because with a small fee, you could show tourists how water can work.
Personally, I don't think that a tourist or anyone will come there to see the factory, how we want the factory. Only the environmentalists ones who care about the environment. And I won't say about this because we have like environmentalist research.
The environmental stuff is always in my head science here, so I will let you know. Okay, that's all for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does the audience have any questions to make? Yes, I want to ask the leader of the Opposition Party. Building this factory, we will have many jobs. So nowadays this is very good for us.
Yeah.
So, what about it?
You're right.
Excuse me, can you start that?
You're right about jobs, but I will tell you later. Your questions will be answered later by the farmers representative. First. I will answer to you later. The farmers representative is going to answer you.
I hope you will convince me. Anyone else? Maybe? Okay. So now you have to change your seats and sit where at the party that convinces you most. So here is that. If the board did convince you most, again you have to sit over there. And after So the representative of the commercial is financially.
Hello guys, I'm going to speak from the representative of the commercial association. I have two things to speak, the profits and grants. I begin first with the grants. The name of the grant is really important for our water bottles. Without the grant, we can't sell. The grant is really The grant is used for the name of the city to produce it. The name of the city is really important because if we have the name of the city, we get more fame, and if we got more fame, we have we can sell more water bottles and transport it to other countries too to get fame amount of our grants. And from that we can have more money from the factory and from the town to invest in new projects and second of all, we talk about sponsors. The sponsors is really unique. We use sponsors for our grants, and we can sponsor things, example for festivals and big parties. If we got our brand on the logo, we can sell more and we got more money to use to other things. The second of all, the third of all, we are going to talk about profits from the factory. We can invest like in the city and in the factory the same, because the city belongs to the mayor, and the mayor if we sell more water bottles, we can have more. If we set this factory down where it used to be, and then we get more jobs for other people who lose their jobs. Example for for farmers, like if they lose their job, they like to come to work to us and work with us together, like a family who we are in this project. If we got enough money, we can go to the environments. We can make solar panels or making energy, renewable energy. And yeah, that's all. Any other questions? Yes.
Okay, so does the agency have any questions to make? Okay, you can.
Okay. So, and what if your company is not going to be famous?
We have we can get sponsors, like they are out. They can test our product, and if they want, they can.
If they want.
Yes.
What do they want?
Mr. Representative of the Commercial Association, you have 30 seconds to answer the question.
We just answered it. She'll answer in a minute.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Alright, I'm going back to your question. Yes, we are famous because in other countries we have this brands too. Like in Portugal, right? You have a factory in Portugal too, and it sells really great there. So
Any more questions from the agency? Can you use the microphone?
They said that they will pay water for the installation, what they will pay. If they want to sponsor you, they do, but I don't think they will, because you will buy sponsors.
like we have other we work like you
Good.
around work like.
I'll wait. I will wait to answer the question.
Oh my god.
You need to answer the meeting.
Yeah, he needs to answer that question because I'm only to selling this project.
Okay. Any other questions from the agency? No?
If you're not selling water, then the money is going to be lost, so how can we ensure that?
These brands are already famous, so it's like going to sell. So
Why are you sure?
because we need to be sure. We need to be sure about this factory.
What did you say?
We need to be sure from this factory that it was good.
Okay, but you must have in mind obvious features of the
We need to take risks, that's I'm sure. So, but yeah.
Let's see.
Okay. Any other questions from the agency?
You can't take this on this. Because
Like I said.
they can lose their jobs and the money can be lost. That's
They have always, we have jobs. We have like jobs that they can take it. If we don't sell goods, we can transport the bottles that we have to other country.
No, but I said, if you're taking risks,
Yeah.
then they will lose their jobs.
No, they will.
So you are not sure if they jobs or not.
Like, for example, if that factory is not going to stand there, what is the use then of that river? Of that river?
Can you repeat please?
If the factory is not going to stand there,
it's a public revolver. Why it should be exploited? Why it should be exploited?
The factory owner is going to answer that question.
Wait.
The scientist says maybe that there are bacteria or viruses in that.
Yes, but if we start to exploit everything in our nation, then nothing is going to left. Or what about the education system? Will you exploit it too? What about the education system? Will mayor be willing to exploit it in the future? And what will happen then?
That's not my job, that's the factory owner.
And now does the audience have a question? Okay.
So, you said that you want to use the name of the village for your battles?
No, I take other brands, but it's going to be famous because of that factory is in that city. That city is going to be famous and more people will, like tourists come.
Okay, but it's one of the parts of because you're gonna get paid and you're gonna have a lot of money, it's famous. Is one part of that money going to the village?
Yes, sure. The mayor asked that question before and the factory owner will ask that question. No, answer that question.
Okay.
I have another question. Any other question from the audience? Okay. Can you just explain why the factory would be a tourist attraction?
Repeat your question.
Can you please explain why the factory would be a tourist attraction? I mean, it's just a little factory. No one's going there.
Yeah, it's like if you have knives, right?
It's just very valuable. You don't have any advancement in technology. That would be an amazing. Okay, I have to speak louder. So, I asked, why do you think that the factory would be a tourist attraction? Why would someone want to visit the factory that doesn't follow?
Like for example, you have football, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And like the logo of the ball, for example.
And somebody's going to visit that same village that has a factory.
Yeah, it's like a history of it, of football, like. They have museums about football too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have heard of it.
You're just saying that they're gonna visit the village because your factory has football lights?
Like, can you repeat your question again?
He just told you that he doesn't understand why someone would visit your factory, and you said that they're gonna visit because you're gonna have lights. I mean, I can find the lights right over there on the streets. I don't need to go to the factory to see a light.
Yeah, you have some fans will do that.
But do you have a plan? Can you attract someone to buy lights? I mean, me as a person, I'm not attracted by lights or on a factory.
You are like one of the 1,000 people, so maybe like some of that.
I don't know, is someone else or someone attracted to lights?
Yes, I am definitely.
Why do you like lights?
Like who made lights? The professor who first.
So, and the lights cost, they cost, you pay. Who will pay that lights?
Wait, repeat the question.
It's electricity. You will use electricity for those lights. Who will pay for that?
I'm not in lights. I'm not.
Because if I remember correctly, it's public, right?
I
So
don't
the
know.
village will pay the rent.
I don't know. I know nothing from electricity. That's the problem. So why are you getting back to this problem?
Well,
One question.
There is no time for questions from the audience. There's no time for the questions from the audience.
Just questions, not today. Just there.
Okay? So, is there enough question from the audience for something? No, okay. So, we explained the representative of the Commercial Association. Now it's up to the next thing.
Hello everybody, I am representing the farmers, so I'm against the building of the factory. First of all, we are going to lose the land. We were used to grow vegetables and animals. Not only for the factory itself, but we are going to build more roads to go to the factory for transport, and this will give us less space for our lands, where we used to grow vegetables and animals. The factory is going to need more workers, so in the end, the farming activity is going to lose jobs. There won't be much production because the farmers won't have many employees. So there will be no production on the farming fields. Also, we use the water for our land, and when we go to the factory, we can't use it anymore. With less water, the costs of the agriculture will increase, and more farms may have to close because they won't be competitive with the current market. And will people be able to afford water? Is our water bill going to increase? Finally, I believe that everybody should be allowed to get an access to clean water because it's a part of the human rights and we can transform the natural resources in an economic product. So, do you want a higher water bill? Do you want expensive vegetables? So that's why I think this building this factory is not really a good idea.
Thank you, Father Representative. And now, the question from the podium.
You said the price of vegetables will rise and the water won't be, the water will become expensive. Sorry. As Petra said again, these factories holding water, it's not cutting off the water for the town. Carbon from Sweden will still, water from Sweden will still come to the town for the citizens today. We're just voting something. We're not going to use that. And actually, you're not going to lose that by one farmland. It's only 2 square kilometers and I already own the land, so it's mine. You're not going to lose any farmland, essentially.
We are going to do it anyway.
Well, I already... Yeah, but the land I built the factory on, I own it. It's mine. I do whatever I want with it. Right now, it's just sitting there with nothing on it. It's not getting farmed.
Sorry, did you just say the water is yours?
No, I said the land that I built the factory on is mine. I own it. I have paid for it. It's 2 square kilometers, 2 kilometers away from the town, right next to the springs for Patras-Greece. Actually, I have 8 years signed by the Greek government. And you also said that we won't have as many jobs coming from here. Actually, the factory will make more jobs.
And we are sure that the jobs will not be lost.
Why will they be lost? They will be increased if something's going to happen to them.
Why there will be many jobs at the factory because they use technology a lot and employees can be.
Excuse me, only the large representative.
Yeah. It's just, the jobs will only increase. No jobs will be lost. I can assure you that no jobs will be lost. The factory will be built on land that I own, so no farming land or farming hands will get unemployed and farming land will be lost. So more citizens in our city will find a job, and so that unemployment rates too. That's all I have to say for now.
No answer. You have 30 seconds.
Okay, so as Petra said, there are many technologies. So there are.
Yeah, but you
You
always
switch over to the microphone so that the audience can hear you.
So there are many technologies. So there
yeah, but you always need a human factor in a factory or something. You may have machines, but those machines need someone to operate them. If you have another machine operating them, then you need an operator for that machine that is operating them. There's always a human factor in production line. So yeah, we will need some staff to operate them, CEOs, you know. Of course, we need secretaries too. That's all for now. I think we're out of time to do, that's why I'm so here. Yeah.
Is there a partner representative? You have something else to say? To answer? No? Any other questions from the court? No? Okay. And from the audience, any questions to make? Okay, again.
So we always complain that Greece doesn't have so many investments, and that affects the economical crisis, which is deteriorating. So now that we have an investment, we are trying to push it away. What is that saying to do? Is it advice to do? That's my question.
It's because of taking risks. That's why.
What?
People don't like to take risks. And that's an investment in risk.
Any other questions from the audience?
I have children.
So, a question from the Muslim party. So, did you ask all the residents in the village if they want to be workers in factory? Did you ask all of them? And they agreed. Yeah, we want to be workers in factory and not have our own land, our own animals, our own crops. Did you ask them? Excuse me, you can only answer
Okay.
the question is only for the public, not for the
Oh, sorry, yeah. Next time.
Now you have to ask questions to the yes team and the for team. Any other questions from the audience? No, okay, so now you may change your seats again according to who brings you the most. You see the seats side. Okay, so now we need to make the 14 and the factory can sign this to the screen.
side, I'm the head scientist of the factory. My name is Abel. The most important for our factory is to respect the water. So we have decided that we will install solar panels and water mills because we only want to use green energy for avoiding the pollution in the air. We've also installed a filter in our chimney for reduced smog. We also take a nice filtering of the water for having better quality. The scientists will make some emergency reserve tank to prevent the drop in our tanks. Chemical composition of the PCP water is high in calcium and magnesium and another metals that make it really tasty. All our waste will be irresponsible, so our waste won't have any impact on the water. Finally, we'll give some working experience to the young people of the town so they can make money while they learn from the best specialists around. That's it.
Okay, so okay, thank you. Other questions from the against state? No questions from the against state? And from the audience? I think there was before a question.
Yeah, but it's for the back of the other.
He will answer later.
He will answer it.
He will answer later.
Yeah, later. That's what I said.
Okay, so we're done. Okay, let's see. And from the against state, the scientist may speak.
Hello, as you know, I'm a scientist. Since I am a scientist, I know that building this factory will affect the citizens in a negative way. Firstly, the lack of water will affect the town. Water availability is always changing, and you can't really say whether there's going to be a drop even next year. So what are you going to do then? Secondly, the products and the chemicals needed for the construction of the factory absolutely pollute the water table, and they pose a threat not only for the environment, but also for the residents of the city too. Me as a scientist, I believe that the technology that will be used could cause accidents, and then the citizens will be in danger again. Can we be sure that our health and safety and that of our children will be guaranteed? Well, if we consider the health of the citizens, we can say that the noises of the factory can cause hearing problems or other illnesses. You have to take into account that more roads are going to be built, and thus the traffic is going to increase, as well as the air pollution. Would you really risk the health of our citizens? Well, moreover, we have to ask ourselves whether the increasing of traffic is dangerous for our children playing on the streets. Furthermore, it will annoy the residents and force them to leave, and this will cause a loss in population. Well, and where do we take the energy from building the factory and maintaining it? Who can guarantee that sustainable energy is used? And we have to take into consideration that new cable connections have been built in order to ensure energy supply for the factory. You also have to consider that there isn't that much water than people think, because someday the requirement will be gone and the factory don't have anything to sell anymore and will be abandoned. Another thing to point out is that the factory is just the beginning of a huge industrial town, and it will affect nature and the people living here. To conclude, you have to take into account that we don't know what will happen to water availability. Furthermore, I have to ask whether
First, I would like to ask you, not really ask you, you don't know what kind of machinery we use in my factory, so how can you say that it will be dangerous for the citizens to work there? I, as myself, am a factory owner of so many factories in Portugal and Greece. I can assure you I will have the most safe machines that will be able to be operated by human hand. So the workers will all be as safe as they can get. No, you said that the machinery is gonna cause, machinery is gonna be dangerous for the people working there, so they would end up enrolled in the hospital or something serious.
It's not exactly dangerous for the people working there, it's just dangerous for the citizens because of the evolution and process of the factory and the road they are going to go.
But our head scientist clearly stated that we will implement the best filters available, and the energy we're going to use is green energy made by the power of water and the power of the sun. We'll install solar panels and water wheel. Also, I think you said something about a drought, that the water availability, we don't know how much water we've got. The head scientist also mentioned that the scientist team have prepared very large tanks that the factory will store water in so as to prevent a drought from happening in our town.
Exploiting the goods of the nature, so you can't really say if there's water available next year. You can't say this because you can't control the nature.
Okay, any other question? Yeah. Okay. Before then. I would like to please the speakers to speak closer to the microphone so that the audience can listen.
Thank you. Yeah, you said, but does not have to be fresh water not. If it doesn't snow in the mountains and the water doesn't get down with the streams, there won't be any water at all. So it's a risk I take too if there's no water next year.
Yeah, but it is a risk and you can lose jobs for that.
Well, I'm investing millions in the factories, I'm losing too. I can't do anything about it. It's just how business is.
Yeah, what happens when the factory will be abandoned?
Whatever happens with the factory is abandoned. But then I won't abandon my factory. My business and my company is a very profitable one. I have many factories, many countries, and many places. I won't lose a factory so easily without fight. You said that the people will be subjected to stress. I mean, everyone is subjected to stress if they do some kind of work.
It's because of the factory it will be quiet, so it will be very noisy.
If they're working in the factory, of course it will be quiet, but when they go to their homes, it will be as quiet as it always was. The factory is still kilometers away from town.
Yeah, but the new roads that I built, they cause noises because of the traffic.
What? Could you please repeat that?
Yeah, it cause noises because of the traffic.
The traffic is going to be... traffic always exists, whether it's factory or not. Yeah, I guess it would have some increased traffic, but I will answer that later on my speech. That's all for now.
Okay, Mr. Patras, give me some of your questions.
Yeah, that's all. I don't have anything else.
Okay, thank you, because it's no time left. And now, for the audience, any question to the scientist?
Okay. First, I would like to say that apparently there is no trust between the two sides. And when we started the project, there was supposed to be trust. Secondly, I would like to say that the factory will create jobs, and I would prefer to have a job and drink polluted water than be poor and drink clear water. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, you can't really ensure that you have to be ensure that jobs will be created. Maybe when there is something that when some accidents happen, it can be that the factory is going to be abandoned, so there are no jobs anymore.
Okay, I see.
Any other question from the audience?
Okay, you say that the water is living for our world, and someday it will we will suffer so much water. So I think that the factory doesn't have anything to do with that, because it's just selling the water. If we have water or not, it's better to people, how they use the water, not the factory.
Yeah, but you have to consider that the water can be gathered someday. So what will they do? Will they just, the water can be gathered in a few years or maybe decades, so what will you do then? Effectively.
Okay, any other questions from the audience? No? Okay, this is time to make it down. And now you can take your seats according to the Okay, before we continue, I would like to ask from the speakers to speak closer to the microphone again so that the audience can hear you better. Okay, we may now begin with the 4D, the factory owner of the station. Okay.
Good day, everybody. I'm Mr. Christopoulos, and I'm the factory owner. I have heard nearly everybody's opinion on this pressing matter. I have to say that, it was mentioned that there won't be enough water next year or something like that. Well, the factory doesn't indeed have anything to do with water. We're just bottling and sending it across country and villages, yeah. And the only thing that would mean we would have less water would be less rain or less snowing in the mountains, because water actually comes from the nearby mountains when it melts in the spring. Also, I was asking a question. If I ask every villager if they want to work in my factory, well, I'm not forcing them to work there, I'm just offering a job, and I believe since we have unemployed citizens in our city, they would prefer having an income and working in my factory so they can start up their lives again, so they can live properly. I think also that my reputation speaks for itself. My company is a very profitable one, and all of my factories, which are said to be imported out of Great Britain and in Greece, in Vikos, in Erimatos, in Athens, Sidiros, and more places, they are built by European standards, and they're built with the intent to minimize the environmental impact through the use of the green energy provided by our scientists, and by implementing the best filters in order to reduce the fumes produced by us. Also, all the mayors and the townsfolk are all really happy about the factories in their cities because they have brought great benefits to them. In addition, in our town, we find a safe well-paid job there. This will reduce the unemployment rates in our town, and of course we will have less good people and less people on welfare programs. That means that the municipality will have to pay enough money, as it already does, for people on welfare, for poor people, because they will find a job. Also, as a result of all of that, the town will attract more people that want to live here because of the factory. And we will have high employment rates. Furthermore, the mayor will have to replace the old water pipes and widen and repair the roads, because the factory needs good infrastructure in order for it to be able to work properly, as we already know. This will aid our council in their everyday lives, and they will be able to reduce time spent driving due to the good quality and quantity of wide roads. And the problems with the waterworks, which are frequent water outages we have in this town, will completely disappear because of the reparation of the waterway network. On that note, our council municipality will implement bus lines paid by me to and from the factory. This will make sure that our workers won't have to take their cars to work, which means reduced exhaust fumes, as a result we want our factory to have minimum amount of the environment, as we already stated, and we will have less traffic. Finally, I want to say that 10% of our profits will be given to our council municipality. With this, we will be able to make a new school, provide free Wi-Fi and public places, prepare the stadium, organize events, buy new books for the public library, etc. On top of that, I'm going to add that the money will only be given if it is used to better our town's infrastructure. So, the mayor wouldn't be able to use the money for personal gain. He would have to spend it on the town's people. That's all I have to say. Any questions?
So you said that you just boil the water and when it's empty, you just leave and you leave the nature, it's boiling and it's something like that. So you say that you're just boiling the water and when it's empty, you just leave the nature and it will stop like that?
No, I'm just saying that if the water is not enough, it's not up to me. It's up to the nature if there's enough water. If it rains or not, decides if there's enough water or not.
Yeah, but what happens to the town then in this case?
Even if the factory didn't exist, if it didn't rain or snow in the mountains, then you wouldn't have water either way. So the factory doesn't play any role in that.
Yes, but you aren't afraid that the citizen is gonna tell you something about it, that you will take the blame?
Well,
But you will be.
our head scientist has already stated, as I said before, that our scientist team will make really big tanks in order to prevent droughts and water outages in the city if there's not enough water. We will provide water as a final resort if the town doesn't have enough. Because trust me, I really do love this town and I want to see have no water here.
I would like to ask the estimated gaps in the states generally. And you said that you're not forcing people to work there. Why should they want to work in your company?
Why would everyone want to work?
For money, but they can also have money when they work for the farms, and they do not harm the environment at all.
But 20% of our town is unemployed people. I believe those people would have already found a job by now if they were farm hands. By building the factory, actually we create more workplaces, so that means that this 20% of our unemployed citizens of our town could benefit into those workplaces and reduce the unemployment rates about 50% or more.
Yeah, I can see that you only care about the money that you will make, and not for the goods, and not for the good of the citizens.
I disagree with that because I clearly stated that 10% of my profits will be given to the town's municipality in order to do works for the public. You know, for
Yeah, but the factory will not be public. It will be for your own money, and will the mayor will have a benefit about it?
I clearly stated too that I'm going to add that this money will not be
Don't speak so fast.
Yeah. The money will only be given to the town's municipality if they don't have any personal gain from it. I mean, the mayor can take the money and go away for himself. He won't take the money for himself. I won't give any money if he does that. I will give money only if the money I give will go back to the people. So we will have new books in the library, new schools, free Wi-Fi, and that stuff. You get it, right?
And the money are enough to do all this stuff? I don't think so.
Well, judging my company is a very profitable one and I have many factories. Yes, 10% of my profits are around $1 million a year. So I think €1 million a year will be enough.
Of course, the state is a big. And I believe that you try to convince the citizens with festivals and all this celebration and the events that you're going to make. Like
Well, I clearly stated that we could prepare the stadium and organize events.
slowly, not so fast.
We could repair the stadium and organize some events. Yeah, it's up to the mayor what he does with the money I give him.
It's up to the mayor that you're working for the involved you, so you should know better.
Well, the mayor wants the money for us to make his citizens' lives better. Yeah. She wants to improve their lives.
What?
She wants to improve their lives.
Relax, yeah. Okay, what I can say.
Okay, the time for questions for the guests is over. And maybe some questions from the audience. Yeah, again. So, what happens if there is an accident in the factory, maybe a fire or anything? That would mean that a lot of people would lose their job. They'd have to go back to the farm. The soil wouldn't be good for the crops. What would happen then? And why are you bragging on the citizens with festivals and all the other stuff?
I'm not bribing them. Actually, I'm giving the money, as I said before, I'm giving the money to the mayor. It's up to him what he does with it. He just doesn't use it for personal gain. I just give some ideas what to be done with that money. And to answer that question, it's a common thing that accidents happen, but that's what we have insurance for.
Insurance for what? For people staying in the road alone?
Well, when someone loses his job, you get insurance money back because you lost his job. They would get around 160,000.
They would have to start all over again with the farm because your factory suddenly had an accident.
Well, sadly, life is a risk to take. And so the
risk that's not yours. That's life that you cannot control.
I could control it. She would just get up and leave from my factory. Or she would not work at all at my factory. It's up to him what he does. So he's responsible for his decisions.
Is it not because your factory suddenly exploded?
If my factory explodes, it will be... No, it won't be his fault that my factory exploded. It will be something's fault that my factory exploded, but it's his fault for taking the chances to go to work at my factory, but there's always a possibility that it will explode. You're basically saying, if I cross the road, how don't I know that I won't get hit by a truck? Well, you might actually get hit by a truck.
Yeah, but the truck is from the company, that's my problem.
What?
Anyway. Yeah, so one more thing. So you make all these promises, like I will use sustainable resources for my machines and all this stuff. How can we be sure that you will do that? It's all promises, it's all words.
Well,
I know that halfway through your 5 years, you will decide to make more sustainable resources. And you just change it all. What can we do then?
Well, you could always come and see them, of course. The factory will be open to public because it will be a tourist attraction, and as the head of science mentioned, we will be offering work experience for young members of this community. But I bet this debate is based on trust. If we just say things that no one is going to do, then why are we even holding this debate?
So we should just trust somebody, a millionaire, who is going to the factory in our village, and we don't know what will happen. That might end the whole village destroyed.
Well,
why should we trust you? Because of the money? Because you're
right now.
Because of the spots, the car spots, or anything. That's why you should trust you. Yeah.
Right now, because I'm not allowed to build the factory yet, I can't do I can't have any proof that I will be.
Excuse me,
You don't have any proof.
Exactly. You're only able to do a question, not to make a diamond.
The only proof I would like that. The only proof you have is my word. And this debate is based on trust. If we don't trust each other, well, it's better to stand this debate because there's no reason.
Can you get me why the factory will attract more people in the city?
Oh, yeah. I stated before that we will have lower unemployment rates and more people in our town will be employed. So more workplaces will open in the factory. Having a job, a safe job, as I mentioned, is actually something that people seek. So more people will come to our town to live in because we have the factory, we have a safe and stable job there. And also lower poor people in general, more money for the municipality because it's not spent on welfare programs means that we will see some grand roads being made with that money and my money inside of the municipality. So they will have some reasons to come and live here.
Okay, any other question? Okay, from the audience.
You keep saying that you will reduce unemployment, but the tourists will be done, and then unemployment will be created again.
How do you support your
Because no one wants to go to a village that first was nice with the valley and rivers, and then it has a huge factory 2 kilometers away from town.
being that far away from town, I can see how this could be a problem for the village,
It's
but
not too far away, you can see. It messes with you.
if anything, it will increase the tourism output of the city because, of course, as I said, I think the head scientist said too, we could offer some tours in the factory, and the town will become famous, more famous than it already is, this beautiful town. By the name of my company and my factory, because people will be like, do you know what's a Oh yeah, where's that water is bottled? Yeah. The name of the town will be spread, so more people will come to see its attractions that it already has. It's basically based on fame.
Okay, another question from the audience. Yeah, you get it.
If you ask the citizens if they want more tourists, maybe no for this. I mean, the life of village is more peaceful.
Well, that's not really up to the citizens to decide. If the wants to visit your place, she's going to whether you like it or not. I mean, we don't really ask the villagers if you want to go to holidays in the village, do you?
Okay, another question, I think. Yeah, you can.
Okay, so before you stated that the land is yours, you own it, and you don't actually destroy any farmlands because it's already deserted, it's of no use. So I would like to ask you if you could restate this argument because it seems like the opposition party doesn't understand. They are trying, they don't have many arguments and they are using it again and again even if you have defeated the argument.
Yeah. I understand what you want to say. Let me clear this up. The land that I own, because I'm from Kosovo, my father owned it before me, so I owned it for around 50 years now. This land isn't used in any way. It's just sitting there and you can't trespass it, you can't do anything. It's just plain land that is being unused. By building a factory, it will become highly profitable for the town, and the land will be used. So, if anything, I'm only increasing the economic output of the city. I'm not taking away farmland or that stuff. It's already mine. I'm not using it for anything.
Okay. About the last question, I would like to remind you that this debate is about asking the villagers of this town if they want this or not. Okay?
Thank you.
Any other questions from the audience? Okay, you can ask your
So I want to ask, you promised for the school and state, you said that you will make and build and improve things with the 10% of your
profits.
Profits. Okay. If you don't, I'm not saying that you won't. I'm saying if you don't.
Yes. There's always a possibility. I can deny that.
Will you give something to the villagers because you can get the construction to make your factory on your land. You make the roads on all the village, but you don't have any profits. Will you give something to the villagers? Because you did promise a lot of things.
That's a good question. I only promised, I only promised to give 10% of my overall profits to the town municipality. I just gave some ideas of what they could do. We could another one by the way, what they could do with that money. But yeah, I just gave some ideas. It's not necessarily that they do exactly this stuff. And the profits, that's a really good question to ask. It's not just the profits from this factory, it's my overall profits. The profits from every factory out I actually own.
Okay. Sadly, there is no more time for any other questions from the audience. We have to follow the rules of this debate. So, Mr. Factory Owner, you may sit down.
Thank you.
And we may continue with the environment.
The
You said that I fantasize things that can't be done. Is that right?
You may have 30 seconds to debate and ask your team. Excuse me, the time is up. You have to answer the question.
They invent things like the employers and right.
Can you speak closer to the mic? I can't really hear you.
Yeah, so please those are the mic.
They invent things like the employer and
Si sente fare sei della non funzionare la piana che non le fai,
Okay, Mr. President, yes. Okay, down. Yes, you may see. And are there any other questions from the body?
To answer, I guess, what is the question? It's a really short answer.
Yeah, but you can only ask, you can answer. Yeah, and the audience maybe, after all this, maybe do you have a question? No? Okay, so the environmental things presented, maybe you can now see. And the And now it's up to the audience to choose their side. Please finally, because it's the last time, please be careful of your final decisions because it will affect your one minute is because it's the final decision, it's very serious, and we will. Okay, are you sure this is your final decision? Okay, so I think that the verdict has won and the factory will be in our before we finish, of course, the audience supported the 40 has to justify their decisions a little bit and make their returns.
Έχει βάλει την κάμερα. Πάρτε τις όπως είναι. Κράτησε αυτούς και τους παίρνεις παραδέξει κάμερα. Εντάξει.
But we really, because they have to make good arguments, that we want the rules and the things you said should be kept. Because the promises, the scientists that told us there's going to be security, we don't want to lose because we have a beautiful village and we want to keep it that way. It's our country, it's our village, it's where we live, so it's kind of a big deal if it's going to be beautiful, full of people and flowers. We don't want to become an industrial place. So the promises and the rules you said must be kept because we can change our minds and it's never going to be good.
You're going to make my mic around.
Okay, so the second representative may now speak.
Okay, so first I would like to thank the mayor because he gave us the chance to debate and sort the things out. Second, I would like to say that overall the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, provided that, as my partner said, the promises will be kept. And apart from that, I think that with all these crises, the new job positions are essential for our land, for our town, so we're going to keep growing, and so that the town keeps growing, and the young will stay in the town and don't leave to other towns. So that's the reasons why we supported this side, but we think that the opposition has some good arguments, but I think this side has more better arguments. So I would like to thank again the mayor, the head of the opposition party, and all those that participated, alongside with the audience that stayed until the end of this debate. And thank you.
Yes. Nobody stand up. Πάρε και λίγο και εδώ αυτό και...
I just want to say some last words about this debate. Firstly, thank you, all of you, that you're here today, and you made my factory possible, because in the end it was your decision that was the deciding factor at the end. As an answer to the representative speech, I would say that as I'm from this town too, I grew up here, I can totally understand what he said, and I promise you, to my honor, as a businessman and as a Greek, that all my promises will be kept, because I truly love this town, and I would not want to see burn down masses or degrade in any way. I only wish to make it better, and I offered to do the factory here in order to make it better. That's all for now. Thank all of you, and always let the neighbors when it possible to hold this debate. Thank you.
End of activities. You can go home.
Conclusion.
Thank you very much.